Here comes Big Chungus down the road here at Cracker Doom. And these lovely Chaos Knights of Khorne. Here we go, Pigman versus Bird. Bird trying out his elite Demons of Chaos build. Why elite Chaos Demons? Well, leadership is a big issue for Demons, so it kind of makes sense. And nothing on the side over here for him. 2 Chaos Warriors, Valkia. Plenty of Chaos Furies, although a bit unnecessary. Some Horsemen Marauders, Chariot. Well, not Chariot, but a Blood Shrine. Chosen of Khorne, Knights. A very interesting build from Pigman. I love me some Chosen. Look at those boys. Dual Axes. One of my favorite units on the roster. It's probably them, Brazen Throne, and Scarbrand. Top 3 units for sure. Dropping in those Furies right on top of those Scourges. Which makes sense. I mean, they're not shitty units, but they will fall to Furies, especially when you got that many. Exalted Bloodletters picking off Furies, though, is a problem. Getting that debuff early on will help out. I don't know if those are health potions or not. I can't tell if they have armor or not. Looks like just regular Exalted, yeah. And they got a number of Scourge Guts. The problem is Scourge Guts deal damage, massive damage to those trying to kill them. And an Exalted Unclean one is just a bane. Pure bane of any Khorne build. A Mortis Engine, yeah. And it makes sense that my boy here, Pigman, didn't go heavy into those infantry builds, because, yeah, Great Unclean one just cleans them up. Ironically. Fury's getting picked off here by the pinks. And it's just going to be impossible for Pigman to move this. So his best hope is to hold onto the front line for a while until, yeah. And then you have Bringers of Beguilement coming in from Bird. And they trap one knight. That's all it takes is trapping one knight, and then enrages the entire unit, which is really annoying. And that's why he lost him pretty early to both them and the Festering Stooges. Used all their ammunition already. Jeez, they just melted them. And then the Spirit. So yeah, watching this game, already being down almost 1,000 value so far, losing some elite units to the Bringers. It's pretty rough. Valky's already at half health. Shrine's trying to pick up what it can, and the Unclean One's marching forward with plenty of backup to spare. Minotaur's on the way to hopefully deal with this Unclean One, which they will clean him up. You just gotta make sure the Bringers don't end up picking them up too. Because if the Bringers hit those Minotaurs first, it might be game over. Right there. It's free 1,300 value. Yeah, and Pigman sees the writing on the wall, so he's gonna probably back off onto his home objective. Maybe get some skirmish into the Unclean One. Force some fleshy abundance on him. Oh wait, no, there's none. He's a Deathcaster. Or she's a Deathcaster. It's a Deathcaster. And look at this beaut. Oh my god, just charging Valkyrie. She's being the bae that she is, of Khorne. Such a great unit. Bringer's got nuked too. Jeez, probably with the spear off to the side. Chosen got cleaned up by Festering, Exalted, and Bringers. And then the Unclean One's just the nail in the coffin. Poor bastard. And every time I see the Bringers, they just impress me. They always hit at least 3,000 value. It's nuts how good they are. You just trap a unit with them, have some backup, whether it's some spells, if you're playing with Slaanesh, some Chaos Knights, trap a unit, some cheap Cav, Furies maybe even, and then just hit them into that flanking position, rage them. They'll probably get up to 60 melee attack and just melt. I appreciate Pigman still fighting in there, being down almost, yeah, still only 1,000 value, which is impressing me. I mean, these are still 2 of the lowest of the factions. And one of my big gripes for both these factions is the fact that they're demons. Their crumbling is so much worse than the undead variants. The undeads max out at 28 damage for crumbling, which is annoying, but that's better than the 264 damage that maxes out for demons. Unless you get to the second stage of it, which is 1,500 and some change. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous how much crumbling affects them. Honestly, it should be maxing out at 100. to crumbling on demons. That would be my first step if I were to fix demons up. But then again, certain demons, yeah, no, I would still fix it, especially for the lower tier of demons, which feel overpriced when you start adding crumbling to it. If you don't have them, their flanks secured, or they get hit with a debuff spell, stuff like that, terror routes, they just crumble so fast, and you can't even tell what the value is at that point. So yeah, it's rather annoying when playing demons. Ugh. If they don't end up fixing that, then my suggestion would probably be either up the leadership or lower the cost. I mean, there's only so much you can do. Give more abilities. Take away the damage. Who knows? Well, that's for another time. Right now, the Stooges and the Unclean One are the only things holding back this onslaught of Minotaurs chosen. Could be Chaos Warriors. It's hard to tell from here. And yeah, Bird is making his classic mistake, where he's winning so well, he overcommits to fighting. All he had to do was stay in his home position, maybe move the Unclean One onto the third, so it can clear up some of that infantry chaff. And he is now down 3 units, but up no value because they're about to be even. And the crumbling begins. Jesus, Minotaurs do such work. It was so close. It was so easy. I wouldn't say easy, but definitely a hell of a easy. Can't say easy, but he had it. He had it in his grasp. All he had to do was clench his fist, and it would be it. Bloodletter's coming to reinforce. Overcommitting a lot of units to one side of the map, so he can. And that's the thing. He really diverged a lot of his attention. If he wanted to, he probably could have just kept honing in on the home objective of Pigman, instead of sending 1, 2, or even 3 units over to the side. Although Heralds of Khorne's Fury could use some love, and they're showing it right now. Now he's got Marauders on his home objective. The only thing backing them are Bloodletters. He's got to get the Heralds out of there, while still trying to pressure the side objective. And yeah, it's pretty tough to say how. I think if you're going to try to harass a side objective, especially with demons, there are better choices than sending in infantry. Honestly, you probably should send some cav. Especially against Chaos Warriors. Something like Seekers of Slaanesh, which can melt Chaos Warriors pretty quickly. Well, maybe not that quickly, but quick enough for their value. Even if it is 2 of them, you can at least cycle charge in and out. Then he has to eventually respond. Just whirl them down as quick as you. Well, yeah, just whirl them down over time, and then eventually send in some dogs or something to finish them off and take the objective. Or something like Heralds of Khorne's Fury, where they can cycle charge and do some massive damage, and have the armor to back it up. Which I don't think they have shields though. Chaos Knights coming in to do some cycle charging into those Bloodletters, which they will do massive damage to. And here we go again, trying to pile in. Dealing with these Minotaurs, though, is going to be the bane. There aren't really good options to deal with Minotaurs besides Screamers. And I don't know if Bird brought any, which is a huge mistake. Minotaurs are the backbone of any Khorne list. The only thing saving them right now besides Valkia. Other than that, you go down the list, Bloodletters, Chaos Warriors / Chosen, and yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Marauder Horsemen, too, which are pretty solid. Anti-infantry, good charge, good melee attack, good throwing, armor-piercing, throwing axes. Beautiful charges, just mowing down everything. Fleshhounds just being a distraction, especially the ROR. I've been very unimpressed with the ROR variant of the Fleshhounds. Just unable to get their value and only bring that contact effect against 1 unit, which is strange. You'd think being in a fight between multiple units it would catch them. Bringers trying to catch those, should be trying to catch those Chaos Knights, countercharging into those Knights as they try to pick off Bloodletters. It'd be perfect just to watch them melt again. More Exalted Bloodletters. Bird's still in the lead, though. They're even in... well, not points, but definitely in unit count. If you don't count the shattering ones. And yeah, he's distracting 3 pretty expensive units with just 1. And trying to go for his home objective. Getting a possible triple cap here could be big. And just reinforcing with nothing but Exalted Plague Bearers, so yeah. This really does seem like even after losing his lord, the demons seem to be on the winning side? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Because all it needs is one bad engagement, and that's going to be it. And once Pigman realizes he's overcommitting to chasing, he'll probably go back to his home objective and try to deal with these units. I mean, most of them are Plague Bearers, so all you need is some Chaos Warriors and some Chosen, and that's going to be the end of it. Yeah, finally stops overcommitting. Then I think the idea is to send them to the 3rd objective now that they're done distracting. And it looks like the Bringers are done. I don't know what happened to them. Looks like they got picked off by the Chaos Knights countercharging, and the Fleshhounds taking away their resistance. I mean, the Bringers only have, what, 15 pieces of armor? Not surprised they get melted pretty fast by cycle charges. Valka is just being in the air, not doing much of anything. She could also be doing some charges. No, there they are. There are the Bringers. Into the back of these Chaos Chosen of Khorne. Dual weapons. Here to repeat the same process as earlier in the game. Just melt them. But the Chaos War Shrine and the 2 Minotaurs should be helping out a lot. Although those Plague Bearers are going to disappear soon due to crumbling, and then the Bringers can't be by themselves. And I think it would have been better to actually have the Bringers on the other side of the objective. So that way they'd be closer to those Bloodletters and Plague Bearers over there. Instead of just taking a beating over here by themselves. Yes, they will get a rear charge, these Minotaurs, these Chosen. And then he backs away, which I think is a bit of a mistake. I mean, you're already committed, might as well finish it off. Especially with the units distracted with the Bringers. But by the time they get there, the Bringers will probably be dead and then get charged by Khorne, and that's the last thing you want. And he's losing the side objective too. He was on the verge of a triple cap, but now, thanks to crumbling and a few minor mistakes, they're back to being even in value, and Bird, though, is down a bunch of units and about to lose his other side objective now. Only able to... I mean, Festering Stooges will take the objective, but they have to get on it first. And I don't think Pigman's going to let that happen. Pigman is an aggressive bastard. Yeah, I see those Minotaurs being unsummoned, which is strange. You can unsummon while they're running away. Morally defeated. Almost on the verge of shattering. But I will give it to Bird. He is holding in there quite well.
One of your units has been destroyed.
Even after losing his lord, I thought it'd be done and over, but no, he's a fighter. He's gonna keep fighting too. I think just one Exalted Playbearers onto the lower, between that hammer pillar, the vent there, in the middle of the map. Connecting, yeah, right there between those. Just to stop any units from trying to get in there. Whether it's Chaos Knights, Bloodletters, Chaos Warriors, and just make a foothold charge into his home objective, that would have been it. That would have been easy. You have the Great Unclean One supporting them. You have Minotaurs that can't reach them due to all the Bringers, Bloodletters, Plague Bearers. I think he had the right build, it was just execution was just not there. And now, tide is kind of turning now. Pigman will be taking back the objective. He will be trying to get back on points, even though he's down. And all he has to do is just sit and wait. Play the waiting game. He's not in triple cap situation, so he should be fine. And those Plague Bears are doing massive damage. I don't know how much of it is friendly fire, though. That's a shame. These Festering Stooges, ugh. Yup, there you go, Bird. Just get them around. Put them on bracing so they can ignore getting hits. And they won't take engagements, just move them on the 3rd. Yeah, another unit crumbling. Now look at it. Look at all of it. Bird's on his last bird leg. Last wig. However you want to call it. But it's just It's just so little time left. How does Bird get out of this situation with so few units? Well, since he went elite, he doesn't have many choices. And the points difference doesn't favor him, even with this beautiful volley into the Chosen here. Yeah, without any really fast units besides the Bringers, if he had some Flesh Hounds or something, he could try to steal an objective on, or try to steal his home objective, force him to throw a unit or two over there. Distract him in some way. But yeah, it's really hard with the Demons roster not being as flexible as it is. And more freaking Chaos Warriors. Yeah, they're gonna win that one for sure. Oh, it's not even fair. Bringers coming in to help try to deal with this. They might melt one unit of Chaos Warriors and then fall to the Exalted. Damn. They actually look really cool. I like the coloring on them. Ooh. Yeah, this game's gonna be over soon. I can't imagine Bird sticking around for much longer. Beautiful charges in for the mid-tarts. Look at those Plague Bearers fly. Jeez. Chariot's helping out. Yeah, I was wondering about the Chariot. I mean, the bonus to melee attack to surrounding units, I guess, helps out against the Mortis engine. So that makes sense. Bringers trying to get into those poor Minotaurs. You know what's going to happen to them if they take a bad engagement. Yeah, it's just tough to decide. Ugh. I don't know. I don't really know what else he could do at this point. Without having the Mortis, it's pretty much going to be game over soon. And yeah, Pigman's going to take that lead. Although he is kind of edging a win over on the side objective. Minotaurs don't have any real capture weight, so if he throws the Plague Bears, and he's on his way getting there. If he just throws, just throws one more unit on the side, I think he could take that and flip this game to his. Valkia doesn't want to get trapped by the Bringers, so that would be a terrible decision. So really, he's down a couple units there. The other two have to cross the bridge of land that is here. Two of them are fleeing. And two more coming in. Those Chaos Knights are just going to try to stall, so really, it's pretty close in terms of how many units these two have right now. One's trying to defend the home objective, the other's trying to defend his way of winning this game on the side objective. The Bringers are the only hope, really. More, I believe those are Bloodletters. Yep. Trying to get on the side, maneuver through. Demons, as fast as they are, aren't really that fast. These Bloodletters aren't going to cut it, especially when you drop a Sword of Khorne. Yeah, the Sword of Khorne is going to be it. Pigman's taking the points lead, value lead, and he's now stealing the home objective. Birds. Yeah, this game's just done. We're gonna fast forward soon, because, yeah. It's done. GG's Bird, GG's Pigman. Pigman, you came out on top. Well done. Well done to both players. Unclean One didn't pay for itself. I think he went for 31 something, 3160. If he would not have overcommitted, I think he would have won that one. Plague Bears didn't pay for themselves. You could probably trade these in for Nurglings, but they probably wouldn't have lasted as long. And that's what you want with a Mortis. You want some units that will last a long time. I don't know. Against Chaos Warriors, they have a high melee attack, which is comparable to the melee defense of Nurglings. What was it, 31 on Nurglings, and then you add the 9 from Cloud of Flies? No, it's 32, because they end up at 41. And then, yeah, you just keep piling in. Yeah, it's just nothing but elite. Probably drop the Bloody Fist for some Flesh Hounds and Screamers so you could take objectives or just fight off the Minotaurs. And that's what the Furies are for, just to fight off Screamers, so that makes sense. But yeah, it's a rough one. For both factions, honestly. I think it really is Khorne favored. Unless you take care of the Lord. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Valkia in this. As good as she is, she didn't really do too much. Spears weren't bad, but they weren't that great. She was more a distraction, kind of annoying unit. But not impactful in any real way. And she could have easily been taken out by those bringers too. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Please, if you did, like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs. And the only way we can do that is with you. And come see the stream, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, Fridays. Might be switching that soon, or eventually. We'll see. Alright, folks, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.